The interviewer was like, I can find 10 others out there with the same grades as you, who look exactly like you, who do this, who wants to apply for the same job. So what sets you apart? And then I'm just like, I was a contemporary dancer?
Your grades now how? Good or not?
Oh, let's not talk about it.
Hey, cannot. You university leader
I think that's a problem actually.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Hot Pot, where we hop into different transitions in life. I'm Q.
I'm Joey.
I'm Nick, and today we have two special guests with us, and they are none other than Zhin and Singing.
Yay!
Hello!
Welcome.
Hi.
Please introduce yourselves.
Hi everyone, I'm Zhin. I'm a year 2 NUS Business School student. So currently I am pursuing a degree in Business Administration with a second major in Communications and New Media.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Zhin, you year what?
How many years ago? How many years?
A long time ago. Hi everyone, my name is Zane. I am still with the Smart Local, but I am a TV presenter, actor now, and at the same time, I'm currently working on being a spin instructor.
Oh my god, dropping this random fact.
Combo.
Which is partly related to whatever I studied, because I also used to be from NUS, and I did communications and new media, and I minored in sociology about 8 years ago, since I graduated. Yeah, because I'm 32 now. You are
22.
10
Solid
years
decades.
apart.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought you said what you study is linked to spin. That's like sociology and spin.
It is.
True. Anyway, the reason why we have two of them on the show today is because we're talking about a topic that they might be familiar with, and that is pro tips to survive university.
Basically, today's episode is your go-to guide on how to fit into campus culture and also hall life. So for those incoming uni students, you better listen up because they're gonna give some tips.
Wow, suddenly I feel very influential. But what if the tips are not good? Then how?
You better step up your game.
For those of you who graduated already or are not in uni, you just watch for the vibes.
Just watch just
Yeah,
hype
maybe
it.
you'll
See
go back
how
to
it was.
do your masters,
Who knows?
right?
So, icebreaker time. Ready? Joey bomb to everyone else bomb.
Oh, please don't ever.
Jika kapi ya.
Sa.
Look, she's judging y'all.
You know,
I think we changed the lingo already.
I think that's a very millennial
nowadays-
thing.
okay,
Yeah.
are you okay?
No, I don't think they do that, right?
They always say,
Alright.
Alright, okay,
We
alright,
don't do
okay.
oil also already.
Not oil
all gone already.
Huh? Then what y'all do?
Yeah.
We do a lot of, it's just like using the camp name to make into a cheer. So I think like, Aktura, you so fine, you blow
Same.
my mind.
Same.
No, it's the same vibe. It's the
Same.
same vibe.
Yeah.
Same vibe, but
I thought
different
maybe
vibe.
now instead of oil, they say like slay. Would you say you are active in university culture?
I think I can be considered pretty active. At least most of my friends say that I quite ups. So I'll just take it as that,
Ups
right?
means what?
Oh, okay.
She's up.
Okay.
No, we know that.
We
Calm down.
Yeah, but I think because I've been involved in like hall CCAs, school CCAs, as well as like NUS wide ones. So in that sense, I think I have a good sensing of like the rough NUS culture in these different aspects.
Zane, back then.
Back then.
Back then.
all those years ago.
No, I think that was the most active years of my entire life because I was in hall, right? So I was a contemporary dancer. I was a hip hop dancer.
Oh, wait.
I was a cheerleader. I did some social campaigns. I was like a photographer at one point.
Oh.
Then I was becoming like a cheer instructor at one point. And then I brought people around for orientation camp. Suddenly I become like so social to a point whereby I felt that it was more of like going into the culture than studying. Which is why like my first year, right, first semester, like I didn't really do very well. But still okay to proceed.
You were doing practical, what?
I guess.
Paving the way for you to become a spin instructor.
Maybe.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean now he's still a go-getter. Right? He's doing multiple things.
You also ups one.
Zane also up. Zane also up.
I try.
I think it's a thing though, like for like everyone to spend like their year one just doing all these CCAs, like doing everything, especially if you're in hall. It's like
Yeah.
the best environment for you to try like different kinds of CCAs. So having like your dance, having your maybe say photography club, this kind of thing. I think that's where you kind of sum all your CCAs because you want your hall stay also.
So actually, in terms of like public and private universities, right? Do you all feel like there's a difference in culture?
Okay, so actually like last weekend, I was at the University Leaders Dialogue. And then that's where we got to meet students from like SUTD, SIT, actually some old friends also from secondary school, and then realizing that they went to these private unis. I think it's just a difference in like maybe say priorities or the things you want to study. I'm not so sure about the culture though, but I do think the scale of the school does play a part. I would think that a smaller school has a more bonded culture, but it also depends on the student life there.
So actually for me, right, I went to private university, but I studied part-time. So I would say there was no culture. You go to class. Then
just existed lah.
You go to class, you take your exam, you submit your assignment, then you're done.
100%. The most culture is at the eating areas around the school.
Yeah, the boat noodle downstairs.
Oh, that's very specific.
Yeah.
Okay.
For LaSalle, it was butter chicken or hotspot, like the fish soup. So that's where people gather, or like they tapao food, then eat on the frass, as we talked about before. What is frass?
Fake
The
grass.
fake grass. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, but for Zane and Sini, right?
Yeah.
How would you guys describe campus life?
I think for me, campus life was full of opportunities, I would think.
Wow.
Like, because a lot of people tell me, like my seniors tell me, like the way your university life will end up or how you make the best out of it is up to you. So I feel like culture itself for NUS specifically, it was very, very vibrant because there were so many things that they were pushing out apart from just academic excellence. It's like they have like different camps lah, they have like competitions, like they have this thing called RAG, right? Where we have like different performances from different groups of people, and it's literally like you can be coming from nothing and you can be something. So so that's why I feel like it was a very good place for me to start, because that was where I saw a lot of different people with the same mindset. Oh, we are here to make the best of what it is. And plus we all came in the mindset that education, or rather grades itself, is not sufficient. Like you need like social life, you need networking, because I think up till now there are a lot of moments where I would still contact my university friends for business opportunities.
That was a whole graduation speech right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
man.
Oh my gosh.
I wish I was a valedictorian, lah, but no lah.
Yeah.
Cover all my points.
Thinking you were this era, how same or not?
Quite the same. So we all come into uni with the same idea. We want to like spend the 4 years. It's the last 4 years before you go out to work. So I think we all come in with the mindset like, oh, we want to like do everything we can right now. And then I know like a lot of friends who really chiong all out in their CCAs, especially like cultural CCAs, because they prioritize things like making friends, things like experiences. I think for me, I actually had my CCAs all planned out very nicely. So I told myself year one, right, I'll focus on hall because I need that hall stay. So I'll focus year one, all my hall CCAs. And then year two, I'll do my NUS wide CCAs. In that sense, I guess you're kind of balancing everything, making sure you get the most out of it, because they say year 3, year 4, you have to prepare for like your job already. Like you need to secure your internship that will be your conversion internship that will help you get your first job. So what year 1 and 2 is like the best year for you to join student life activities like RAG and FLAG.
So specifically for you guys, right, because you seem to have a really good balance of both the social and the academic aspect of your university life, do you think you would have been able to survive without culture and making friends?
No, I think for me, like I kind of had both. As in, I did stay in hall for my year 1, and right after that, I left hall because I wanted to focus on my studies. At the same time, that was when I also let go of a lot of my CCAs, a lot of my social life, because I wanted to start working outside. And then that's when I realized, wow, actually, really, there is nothing. Like if you really just focus on school and just your academic, like it is really very boring. I would say that if there's anyone out there who's like watching and you're thinking if you should really just study and study and study, right, please don't. Really just don't, because at the end of the day, right, it's the experiences that you get, right, that will make you into the person that you are. See another valedictorian speech. I don't know why they didn't choose me.
I love it. No, we will add the hat for you.
we help you edit.
Don't need to study.
Yeah, don't study.
Second upper,
please.
second lower, very great.
That's not his point. That's
No,
not
I
his point.
think he's not saying don't study at all, but
have
like
a well-rounded and balanced lifestyle.
Yeah.
Which is what we are doing now as adults as well.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
don't just work all day. You have like your hobbies, your interests. You meet your friends.
Yeah,
have
because it's
time
not
with family.
sustainable.
Yeah.
Your grades now how? Good or not?
Oh, let's not talk about it.
Eh, cannot. You university leader
I think that's the problem actually. Like, okay, so for me, like I said, right, I really aim for all the CCAs, and then I want to build my portfolio, because to me, it's like I want to do marketing, I want to do comms. I have to build my portfolio, my resume.
True.
So taking up positions in the student union does seem like more valuable. adds to my resume a lot more. I'm okay sacrificing my grades for that.
No, but I feel like it's important because there was one time where I went for an interview for an internship, and then the interviewer was like, I can find 10 others out there with the same grades as you, who look exactly like you, who do this, who wants to apply for the same job. So what sets you apart? And then I'm just like, I was a contemporary dancer?
I can dance for you.
And then he was like, tell me about it. Then I was like, oh, actually I wasn't a dancer before, and I did da.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then I got it because he was like, okay, you seem like someone who likes to try new things and you will work hard for it. Okay, that's why I will choose you.
Yeah, that's quite a
You know
good
what I
point. I've never been asked about my grades in any job interview before, but I think it also depends on the industry that you are in lah.
Definitely not if you're gonna be a surgeon.
Or like a doctor.
I dance the hip hop. Okay, but your
What makes you think you'll be a good surgeon?
yeah.
Okay, so actually now that we know what campus life is like, right? What are your tried and tested tips for surviving university?
So there's this thing called NUS mods, right? First thing you need to do is to find out what modules you are taking in that semester that has finals. Then you know your final season, how bad it is. Yeah, so that's step one. Step two is you make sure your classes are run at ridiculously early timings because you know that you won't show up. So just do it in the afternoon. And then third is, depending on like the person, I have a Notion like database. So this Notion database has all my notes, all my modules on it. And then I'll plan year 1, sem 1, what modules am I taking? Year 1, sem 2, what modules am I
I
taking?
love Notion.
Yeah, as in your tips, I feel like people would actually appreciate it.
Yeah.
The whole morning thing, I feel like if I was a student back then, I would really do that. I would avoid all the morning classes.
Yeah, if you're riding on the like year 1 high, you're like, oh, I think I will wake up at 6 a.m. for a jog, and then I'll make it for my 8:30 a.m. lecture.
Damn.
And then it's 2 a.m. the night before. You're like,
That was me.
For me, it was all about planning because when I was in year 1, there were a lot of CCAs I had to go through, and it's always after school hours. So I know that my nights will end at like 1 a.m. Then 1 a.m. go supper together and everything. So it's like I have to take into account like, okay, CCA time, and then there's supper time, and then there is bonding time. By the time I sleep, it's like 3, 4. So usually what I'll do is I will look at the mod. Okay, let's say if it's like a morning class, I won't take it. Plus, let's say if I know that the CCA got like a dance production and it's gonna be very busy, then I will take modules with no exam. Means like project work,
Wow, sick.
assignment based, so that you can better plan
OT,
out.
OT.
Yeah, OT, and then you can manage your time better. Because I feel like if you're gonna just thumb and like do one-time written paper for all your mods, right? Wow, then you want to balance your CCA, it's gonna be really, really tough on your brain.
Then like that, who does the morning classes?
I have friends who, because they don't stay on campus, so they will cram all their classes into like 2 days. Then because of that, you have to do your morning classes. You know what I
Actually,
mean?
that's another strategy.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
Cramping
smart.
everything into 2 days, then the other 3 days are free.
But it's very tiring. Because if let's say you have 5 modules that semester, imagine doing 5 modules in 2 days. And imagine if you're like an econs major or like a fin major, it's quite tough.
What's a good way to integrate yourself with your classmates and how to get to know them? For example, freshman orientation camps, like, did y'all go for it?
For mine, I didn't go for my faculty orientation camp, but I went for my hall orientation camp. And I think that's where I met my first few friends in uni, and they are still my friends till today. Yeah.
Okay, so the faculties, right, there's the group project heavy ones, then there's the individual work heavy ones, right? So normally for the individual work heavy ones and the people who are like a little bit quieter, we'll probably like ask them to try to mingle more within like friend groups that they can find from orientation camps. Because that's the people that, you all meet at the same stage where you're just new to the university, you want to get to know people. That's the best time to actually make friends because everyone's just like, I don't know anyone, I want to make friends. Yeah, so that's the mindset, right? You target them there and then you stick with them for all 4 years. That's the
All
best.
4
strat.
years, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's quite
High
high stress.
commitment
eh.
wait. High commitment
It's like if I go to the
long-term
camp, then I
relationship,
don't
eh.
like the people, then wow, sian.
Find people you like. Like, it's very hard to find people that you really can say are your close friends, I would say. Because
Yeah.
I think ultimately, especially for business school, we prioritize like getting to know more people over having really quality, close 10 years type of friendship.
Why network
Yeah.
Wow, really
Yeah, really, really.
So interesting. Actually, the friends that are... So I went to music school. And for the few of us that didn't have the qualifications to just jump right into a musical diploma and degree, right? We had to do summer school. And so the summer school people are the people who enter the campus first, and we have to go every morning for like I think 2 or 3 weeks before school started. And we all grew really close. And because we shared the stress of taugeh, not this taugeh, but the musical taugeh, right?
Oh,
We like bonded over that. And all the people that I met during summer school, right, they were all at my wedding.
Oh.
Yeah, so even though we took different classes, like they were in audio production, I was in music, we still remained really close because of how we bonded in summer school. So I think it's really true what she said as well about how when you meet at the start, you kind of just like latch onto each other and you share that experience of being like very new and you share your experiences together, even though it's different, you come back to each other like, hey, this happened. So yeah. Do you feel like you are missing out if you don't participate in university culture?
My answer is no, to be honest. For me, as a person, when I first enter uni, I'm kind of an introvert. So I don't really, like, it was very scary for me to be meeting people who are, because there are a lot of people who are like very rah-rah. They have like different groups of friends. They have like from different JC, different poly. They're all like in one clique. So it was a bit daunting for me because like I didn't know anyone when I went into hall. The block that I was staying in, right, there's this staircase that leads all the way up to the top floor where you get to see like the whole view of like the campus, as in like part of the campus lah. So it's like where people would go to just like chill. And then I'm just like, okay, one day I'm just gonna go up there and see who's there. Then I saw these two girls and they were just playing guitar, singing. Now I was just like, can I just sit here? And then we
Wow.
became friends.
Oh my god, cute.
Yeah, so it's like you don't exactly have to have like a very like vibrant,
Rah-rah,
like you have to know everybody if it's not within your personality, and it's not within your comfort lah. It's more of like you have to find your people, and in uni itself, you will definitely find your people.
I think a lot of people are very pressured to join camps, right?
Huh?
But a lot of introverts might not enjoy that.
I think people have different priorities and that's totally okay. Like a thriving university experience can look very different people.
Yeah.
okay. So actually, right, what made you guys want to stay in hall?
I think for me, it's like before I even enter uni, right, regardless of whichever uni I chose, all my seniors from secondary school and from JC, they were like, you have to stay in hall. And I think in for NUS itself, there's a lot of different halls. My main purpose was like choosing a house. It's like you want to see where you're going to stay. So I chose the one where it's single room. I don't have to share with anybody. The newest one.
I'm pretty lazy. So I looked at the halls that were closest to my faculty. So closest to business school would be KR, so Kenridge and Shears. Kenridge, I think I didn't really know much friends going there. So I was like, since all my friends are going Shears, I'll just hop on over. I'll just go to Shears. And then it's not bad. Every morning I got like a 3-minute hike up a small little hill. Helps my legs.
The definition of
work
hike
out.
is quite loose here.
3-minute hike.
3 minutes.
Wait, can I just tell you last time, because I didn't get into NTU. No, I did get into NTU, but then I chose not to go, right?
Yeah.
So my friends who stayed hall, they
You
would
always
just
go,
they just invite me. Then I just like, okay, I join on. Then I just go to their rooms and then hang out with their friends, even though I'm not a uni student.
I remember going to one of the halls in NUS as like a Sec 3 kid because last time one of my older friends was in hall. Honestly, when my friend said, oh, you want to come to my hall? I'm like, y'all all sleep in a hall?
Or like
Y'all all sleep? Because you know, like secondary school
like the assembly hall.
like with the big ass fan, right? I'm like, so then how y'all choose like which
Which
sleeping bag
mattress?
to wear? Then when I went, I'm like, oh, it's like a real like room with a door and a bed. So I think maybe that's why I was like, wow, this is incredible. Like you have your own basket with the soap and your toothbrush.
Actually, I think it's not great, right?
I like it leh.
I went
It's
to
so fun.
when I went to hall, right, my first reaction was, wow, it's giving bunk.
I think for me, it was giving NS a little bit.
Right.
But like
But with the
Elevated,
you-
solo.
elevated.
No, but solo, because I think my hall, it was a solo room and it was one of the newer ones. So you get to decorate your room, you get to position the bed how you want it to. So it's kind of like really one step into adulting. But it's true lah, every morning you have to bring your bucket with the soap and then you go to the toilet, which is at the end of the hallway. But I feel like one of the pros of staying in hall is that your breakfast is provided, dinner is provided. Yeah,
What?
so
I
so
never knew
every
this.
day like you can go down to like the
Cookhouse.
like the cookhouse kind of vibe lah.
It
And,
really
like
NS.
the dining
Canteen say
hall,
canteen lah.
they have like people who will like call the dinner time. Hello, dinner time. Then they will knock on each person's door.
Oh, so fun.
Dinner. Then we all
these
will come
people.
together.
These other students
Yeah.
Like the friends, or?
Yeah, like the committee members of that block.
Correct, the eating CCA. This one is like the canteen CCA. Time to eat!
Yeah, and then like every Wednesday it's like guys, party time. Then everybody will get ready together. Then like you can smell the perfume in the entire like corridor, right? Everybody like wow, smells so nice. Then they book bus to go
Oh, yeah, Wednesday, ladies' night.
Wednesday. They book like a full-on bus. Like
so this is CCA also.
No, it's not lah. It's just bonding lah. I think one of the cons is because like for my hall, right, it's like the level for male and female is like alternate. So like one floor is male, one floor is female. So sometimes there will be relationships in between.
Oh.
Yeah. And then sometimes like you studying, then you hear people fighting like a lovers squabble. Then you be like, wow, lao eh, like
Noisy
you know, that kind
lah.
of thing. Noisy
Zhin,
lah.
I've
little
had
bit.
it with you.
Yeah. Then yeah.
You get out!
Correct. Then
Then she
then
stormed
you
down.
like feel like wow, you're back at like your neighborhood at home, like kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah. So sometimes it's like that.
So just a lot of couple noises. Shouting, screaming, yelling.
Yeah, but I think it's also cute because right opposite me was this guy who was also very introverted, and then got one day he received like a present from a secret admirer, that kind of thing. So it was kind of exciting for us. I'm like, wow.
Who, like
Yeah,
that, is it?
like I mean, these are the things that you cannot get if you don't stay in hall.
When you join the hall as a freshman, there's this thing, as in for Shears, it's called SNDC. Shears.
Sis.
Wait, I'm thinking right now. Shears' newly discovered companion. Yeah, that's
Oh wow.
the. Yeah, and then KR1 is called KRBFF. So
Okay,
it's
that one
couple-
I think
understand.
KRBFF
Yeah.
a bit more
Yeah,
inclusive.
BFF. So it's like you pair a senior and a junior, and it has to be like opposite gender. So like you can go to that senior to like ask for advice, for example, what CCA should I
Right.
join? How do I go about school? How do I manage my workload? Things like that.
It's like last time when I was in P1, then they assigned me the P5 buddy.
Yeah, correct. correct.
P5, my P3.
Mine was P5.
Mine
then,
P4.
then she helped me to bring me to go and buy fishball noodle.
Oh, yeah.
I think about her quite fondly, even though I can't remember the face. I was like, she was so sweet.
Say hi to her now, lah.
Thank you for helping me buy my fishball noodle.
Question pod.
Okay, come guess first.
All right.
Choose one, write your thesis with a pen, or have your computer crash a day before your thesis submission.
Damn, you have to choose
I
one.
Easy.
would rather write with a pen.
Just finish your thesis the week before. Then you can still use your computer.
He's not wrong though.
Critical thinking out of the box.
You're in a group project with classmates who are not pulling their weight. What would you do? Huh.
Well, that's a very open
Yeah.
and that
Hey,
question.
it's very difficult, to be honest, like I would honestly just do it.
You're
Do it
non-confrontational,
for them.
right?
Yeah, I know
You will complain
confrontational
or not?
one. Towards the end, right, when the teacher asked to do a peer review, right, then I would that one. Then I would,
In silence.
Then I would screenshot all the things that I did, all the edits that I did, right, and then like all the receipts send into the review.
Would you rather have 10 exams in a week or have to retake a course? Oh my gosh. 10 exams means I must study for 10 subjects.
No, but you retake a course, right? That's a U grade on your
And then I think must pay money, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, 10 exams. I think I can do it. My insomnia will allow me to study at night.
That's very
Make
poor.
use of
It's
my
very poor
insomnia.
module management.
Don't be like me. Don't be like me.
What's something you secretly judge people for?
So many
Do
things.
we have enough time on this
So
episode?
many things.
I a bit judge like people who super on about orientation camp.
Example. You
Like if you in the greenhouse, right, then you dye your hair green for the camp.
Oh damn.
Okay, a bit.
No, but there are people like that though.
Then like you put a green color face paint. Then I judge but you happy can already lah.
If you could trade places with a university student for a day, which course would you choose to experience? Sociology, 100%.
It's damn
Wow.
good.
Sociology or psychology are like
Okay.
my two courses that I wish I could take.
Okay, so we have some horror stories from Reddit about bad experiences in hall life. Hall is so exhausting. As a hall senior, most of my friends are also hall (CCA) leaders, which is a completely different experience from being a member / freshie. Feels like most of us are burnt out as well. Wow, but burnt out from hall activities is a bit like,
Seems like it's real for them.
it seems a bit like why? It's like I'm so burnt out from having fun.
Self-inflicted?
Burnout is actually so real though. Like I was burnt out, super burnt out actually. I had the whole summer. Oh, I didn't even have summer to like recuperate because I was doing the camp and everything.
Summer is
But-
when?
Yeah, cause to us summer all year round.
Singapore everyday hot.
Summer
June,
is from about May to July.
Okay.
In July.
True lah.
Yes.
Monsoon season end already
Yeah.
by then.
So I did 3 CCAs in Shears. And that's like super little already. People are doing 7 CCAs.
Huh?
Yeah, because the way Shears function at least is end of the year, all the CCAs are being ranked. And then within each CCA, your role inside is being ranked also. And then that will determine how many points you get, depending
the
on how
CCAs are
well you
being
do in the
ranked.
CCA and how well the CCA overall performs.
What's the highest rank?
Shears Media. When I was a freshman, I joined Shears Media, I joined Shears Production, and I joined Blockcom. Because these are the top 3 CCAs from like the past 2 years. Yeah.
Were you a producer?
So how did you guys cope with the burnout?
I think for me, it was like taking a step back and re-looking at like my priorities. That was like the first step. And then really allocating time for myself to recover. Because without that, right, you're just swept up with like hall life. You're just working your like, don't know, 9 to 5, then 5 to 9, whatever, right? And then after all that, you just don't have that time for yourself anymore.
So what gave me the support was the people from hall. Like my seniors, they were like, you know what, if you really can't, it's okay. Like this is just one bit of it. Like it is not going to be so stressful for the rest of the semester and stuff like that. And there will be times for you to catch up. So it's not exactly the scary lah, but the burnt out is real. But you are being taught to deal with your burnt out at a very early age compared to perhaps like when you start working.
This really prepares you for adult life because you still want to enjoy and excel in your work. You still want to meet up with your friends that might not be working in the same line as you anymore. Then you still need to balance time with your family and then your own hobbies. So how you manage this in your university life will prepare you for after university life also.
Next story, LOL. Though if you're sociable plus love CCAs, you probably love hall. For an awkward potato introvert like me, who still wanted a resemblance of campus life and less FOMO, the best decision I ever made in uni was to stay in residential college.
Residential college and hall different.
So actually NUS, there's like so many different types. You got your halls, you got your residences, your RCs, and then your houses. So houses is like PGP, for example. And then
Wow, you lost me.
We cannot keep up. We are quite...
sorry, I
Acronyms
don't,
and
The
the-
BTT and the CT and then the RE. Then after you get the RE, then the TP, right?
the BTT, the FTT.
IDK.
okay, I'll spell everything out. I'm so sorry, forgot.
It's okay.
Houses are like Prince George's Park residences. Yeah,
see.
so they have Helix House, they have Pioneer House. Then there's Utown Residence also. So these kind of actually, they offer like residence assistance scheme, RAS. So it's like if you take up positions in certain CCAs, organizations, then you get like priority chance to like stay there. So it's like,
BTO like that.
Wow, like BTO You must have the proximity grant.
Correct.
limited land.
It is, oh.
Yeah, it actually is.
eh.
So actually, why do you think someone would choose an RC over a hall?
I think just naturally hall is very like sociable kind of like impression already. So if you really aren't someone that wants to have that open door culture, go knocking on doors and talk to people as much, RC is really very, very good because that's where you get to focus on maybe say people who are closer to your faculties, and then you get to have more time to do the things you want.
Then you don't need to do all the no need to get points, Anna.
Yeah, you don't need to do CCAs and fight for points. Yeah, you're not pressured to have to stay also.
Oh, wait, can you explain what is open door culture? Do they not close their doors in hall?
Technically, you're encouraged to keep it open.
Yes.
Cause
All
no
the
aircon,
time.
ma.
What?
So no aircon, so you need ventilation.
No, but then privacy.
It's more to like really don't close yourself out to people, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, so for you, Zhin, right, you said you left hall after year 1. Is there a reason why you didn't stay on?
For me, one of the factors that I wanted to leave was because I told myself, okay, I'm going to stay in year 1 to see how it goes. Like no expectations, no nothing. Then you just chiong whatever that you can join. And then I realized, okay, you know what? This is not exactly for me because I feel like I wanted to spend more time being with people of my own faculty. Most of them, for some reason in Cambridge, because of the close proximity to business school, they are business students. So I didn't really have friends in hall that were like the same faculty as me.
Cannot relate lah.
Yeah, so I left hall and then I went to join my faculty's orientation committee. So I actually planned the orientation camp with them, and I realized I was feeling much more happier there because I was doing things for people of the same faculty as me.
Do you guys think that your involvement in uni will make or break your uni experience?
Yes.
Great answer.
Yes.
Succinct.
Yes.
Means must be involved lah.
The thing is, if you're gonna be there, might as well be involved in it. Because I feel like it's such a wasteful opportunity if you don't lah. Like there are so many different organizations, different CCAs, different groups of friends that you can meet. It's like you confirm will meet one group of people that is like the same as you. Then you will belong one, and then they will stay with you forever.
Forever. It's very
Valedictorian again. We're back on the speeches.
No, but at the same time, right? Like if you think about it in terms of like your future, these are the people that you need to connect with because these are gonna be like your peers in the working industry, and you will never know when you might need the help.
That's true.
It's like I had a friend from science who is now a real estate agent, and then I reached out to him to go and buy a house. So just make your connections as much as you can lah.
Can I just say that Jess's dad, right, now in his 60s, right, his close group of friends is all his hall friends from
So
from
cute,
NUS.
uncles.
Yeah, so I say forever.
Okay, I think for like the CCAs I joined, definitely super high involvement because like I aiming for like, you know, things to put on my resume also. So naturally, like I joined this CCA called like the Harvard Undergraduates in Asia program also. These kind of things require a lot of commitment on your end. And also if you don't put in your full commitment, it's like what are you doing? Like you joined the CCA, you fought for your position there, you went through interviews, blah, blah, blah. You got it and then you're not doing your work. It does feel a bit like lacking. Yeah, and I think for the Harvard one, I did get to go visit Harvard. And then Union one, I got to go overseas also to visit Peking University, Tsinghua University. So experiences like that is not really something that you should just overlook. You should really like take that opportunity, go over there, learn as much as you can, and then come back with new insights, new ways of thinking.
All of you spend the same amount of time together in that same school, but everyone has such different experiences. Yeah, it's what you make of it.
Go for her resume like damn ups there, like 3-page
Yeah.
line.
Got
Cannot let her say one page only.
HUIA. Correct or not? HUIA.
HUI is that?
Harvard something in Asia.
Harvard Undergraduates in Asia program. What? Wait, it was
I thought, what?
It was called Harvard College in Asia program, so it was called HCAP. And they rebranded this year. And then,
So become
A
what?
lot of things to
I think I like Hot more.
remember.
I like what also. Okay, so before we wrap up this episode, what is one final tip you'd like to share with our viewers to make the university experience a great one?
you really need to learn how to think on your feet and say the right things. Because coming to university, sure, you meet a lot of new people and everything, but learning how to be street smart, having good EQ is something that you need to leave university with. It's not something that you should be learning in the workforce, I believe. So I think that's something that you really need to keep in mind. Learn from people who speak well and carry themselves well. I think that's important.
Well said.
I think for me, one of the tips is uni is a place for you to find your people. When you are in uni, if you think about it, it is as in whatever you're studying is what you hope to work in terms of like the working industry. And that's where you find your people. And the only way for you to find your people is if you get out of your comfort zone and do things with the people.
You know what they say, right? Uni, you, me, us, NAS, and US.
You and I, you, uni.
Uni.
Okay. Yeah, quite good.
yeah,
Yeah,
not
not
funny,
bad.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of The Hot Pot. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Me Listen.
And subscribe to us if you haven't already.
And thanks once again to our guests Zhin and Singing for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
And we'll see you all on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, you know what? though?
Therapeutic, right?
You cannot use the friction pen because it erases with heat. So there are a lot of people who wrote their PSLE like papers with that. You know the one that you can erase? Because of the rubber is heat, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people had their PSLE things blank.
Sis, this is a very niche problem that you are describing.
How do you
I'm educating the public on a very serious, what if their computer crash? Then they need-
PSA.
If your
PSA.
computer crash, don't use the friction pen.